you started keto or thinking about starting keto, here are 10 tips that I've learned along my journey that I'm going to pass on to you. Stay tuned. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Andrea and I've gone keto. I went keto in June of 2018, not only to help me lose weight, but also to get healthy. And now I've started this channel to not only document my progress, but share tips and tricks that I've learned, as well as great recipes along my journey that might help you along yours. So as 2019 is coming to an end and 2020 is soon to start, I thought it would be cool to sit down and come up with a list of 10 things that I've learned along my journey to doing keto. Tip number 1, don't let the scale define you. There's going to be times along this journey where the scale just isn't going to move. The numbers aren't going to change. Or if they do, they might go up a little and they might come back down a little, and it's going to be one of these up and down and up and down. Sorry about that. And so don't let the number on the scale, stress you out. You're gonna have times where your body is just going to need to adjust. It might take a week, it might take 2 weeks, it might take a month, it might take 6 months. I have basically been at a somewhat of a plateau for the last 3 months. And I've just kind of, let my body adjust, let my body have that time just to sit here and reassess everything. You also have to keep in mind, muscle weighs more than fat. Is your body rebuilding lean muscle at the same time that it's getting rid of fat? Could be. Take measurements. If you're starting your journey, even if you've been doing keto for a while, take your measurements. Measure your body, measure your arms, measure your chest, your stomach, your hips, your thighs. Take your measurements. And then every couple weeks, once a month, go back in and remeasure. Has it changed? Has it gone down? How about your clothes? Have you lost weight and wearing a smaller size? That was the tail. For me, that has been my indicator that I'm still doing the right thing. Even if the scale isn't moving, the number on the scale is just a number. But like for me, for example, in that 3-month period of time where I've kind of plateaued out, I've gone down a dress size, a pant size. So, I can't really say that that nothing's changing, because it is. Even though the number on the scale hasn't gone very far, if any, my clothes have changed. So don't let the scale define you. Number 2, listen to your body. If you are hungry, eat something. If you are hungry and you are getting hungry right after you're eating, then you're probably not eating enough fat. You're probably eating too many carbs, and you might need to do some tweaking. And that's your body's signal telling you, hey, I need to eat. If you are just starting doing a low carb keto diet, don't stress about intermittent fasting when you first start. One baby step at a time. The first thing you need to do is get used to eating low carb keto food. Find that sweet spot. Find what satiates you. Find that percentage of fat that your body needs to stay full for a longer period of time. So, for example, if you're having bacon and eggs for breakfast, then you might need to add some butter to your eggs. You might need to add some butter to your coffee to raise that fat percentage up just a smidge, and that will help keep you fuller longer. If you're having lunch and you're having a big salad and with a small little bit of ham or chicken on it, then maybe you need to have more ham and chicken and less salad, so that you're getting more of the fats and proteins that your body needs to stay full longer. But if you're hungry, eat. Now, as you get into learning more about low carb keto, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about intermittent fasting. And they're skipping breakfast, and they're skipping dinner, and they're skipping lunch. And if that is something that you choose to do, that is wonderful. I don't do it very often, but I do occasionally add that into my day. But you want to make sure that before you add that you have that sustainability in motion. Because if you are just starting and you're going from a high carb diet to a keto diet, your body hasn't learned how to use that fuel yet to help you stay full longer. So number one, listen to your body. If you're hungry, then eat something, but don't try to overeat it either. Try and listen to your body to know when you're full. If your body is starting to tell you, hey, I'm good, then stop. And just start listening to the signals that your body's giving you, because it is going to give you those signals. Number 3, stop counting calories. Yeah, you heard me. Stop counting calories. Low carb keto is not a calorie count. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that calories are not important, because you're going to hear a lot of arguing in the keto community. Yes, they are important. No, they're not important. To me, honestly, calories are not, calories, no one calorie is equal. It's kind of a generic umbrella formula of how they come up with calories, but your body doesn't burn calories the same. And what I mean by that is 100 calories of bread, your body is going to use that different than it would 100 calories of butter. Do you see what I mean? The fats, it's going to process those differently. That's a slow burn calorie, whereas a carbohydrate like bread is a fast burn. Your body's going to burn through that in no time at all. But the 100 calories of fat, it's going to be a slow burn. It's going to be one of those big logs on the campfire that's going to burn all night. That your body doesn't treat them the same. So that's important to remember. So it's not the calories don't matter, or you shouldn't, worry about them. Don't put so much emphasis on them, okay? Because the amount of carbs, the amount of food and carbs that it takes to make 100 calories is a lot more than it is for 100 calories of fat. Fat has more calories, okay? I believe, and I may be wrong, but I'm thinking off the top of my head, I think it's for 1 gram of fat equals like 9 calories or something like that, and 1 gram of carbs is I believe like 1 calorie or something like that. There is a difference. There's fat is more caloric. Okay, so you may eat less weight wise or volume wise, but the caloric is probably going to be equal to what you were eating before. You might have this huge dinner with a big salad and a big plate of rice and all this stuff, and it equals 900 calories, and then you might have 1 steak over here that's the same amount of calories. So to me, calories aren't equal, so I don't count them. I don't stress over them. It's not that I don't look at them, I just don't stress over them. I worry more about how many grams of carbs am I eating, how many grams of fat am I eating, and how many grams of protein am I eating. Okay, so number 4, don't freak out if you have a cheat. Okay, we all have those days that something is stressing us out, something is tempting us, and we give in and we eat that one thing. Okay, we eat that French fry, we have that candy bar, we have that that cookie. Okay, your next meal is a new start. Okay, it's not the next day, it's your next meal. Because don't let yourself fall into the trap, well, I've already ruined my day, so I might as well just go for it. Don't fall into that trap. Okay, that is where a lot of people go off the beaten path and never get back on. Okay, if you have one meal, you go to a birthday party and there's cake, and you've had a rough day and you eat a piece of cake or you have a bite of cake. Okay, it's one meal. It's one. Your next meal, let's say that was at lunchtime, you go to a birthday party and they have cake, you eat a piece of cake. Okay, dinner starts a new moment, a new plan, a new road. You get back on the horse. Don't stress about that one little hiccup, that one little stumble. Okay, you have the strength to just pull yourself back up and go to the next meal. The more that you are doing low carb and keto, and the more that your body is getting used to burning fat instead of sugar, the easier it is for your body to get back into it. Okay, and to get back into burning fat. Okay, it's basically getting back into ketosis. Your body will take less time the longer you do low carb keto. So don't stress about if you're having a bad day and something happens and you eat a cookie. Okay, at the time that I am filming this video, it is Christmas time, and the kids, my children, are bringing home all kinds of cookies and all kinds of candy because they don't eat it, but people send it home. And I will be honest, I have had a cookie, I've had a piece of chocolate, but I don't let that define it. I let it be in that moment, and then my next meal is back on plan, is back to low carb keto. I don't let that ruin my day. I don't let that ruin my week. Okay, because so many people, think about it. How many times in the past have you had that one cookie and then you said, oh, I gave in, I blew it, I might as well just go ahead and do the day. And then you're like, oh, I've already done the day, I might as well do the week. Don't give in to that, okay? It's not worth it. Trust me, it's not worth it. Enjoy that one cookie. Enjoy that piece of cake. But your next meal, you get back, and you get back on the wagon. You get back on the bicycle, and you keep going, okay? Number 5, don't be so quick to give up, okay? There are so many people that I hear that will say, I tried keto for a month. I tried keto for a week. I tried keto for 3 months. It's not for me. Honestly, I don't believe that. In my opinion, now this is my opinion, so, take it for what it's worth. I believe that there is a form of keto for everybody, okay? It is not a cookie cutter diet, okay? This is not like Weight Watchers. This is not like Jenny Craig, where they have, it's structured and it's a certain way and this is how you do it. That is not what low carb keto is, okay? Low carb keto is finding what your body needs, the ratio of what your body needs, okay? The only thing cookie cutter about low carb keto is that you are going to limit the amount of carbs and sugars that you are going to eat. That's it. That's it. Now, what that limitation is, what that level of limitation is going to vary from everybody. It's going to be different from what your neighbor needs and what you need and what your dad needs and what your mom needs, okay? I try and keep my total carbs between 20 to 40 total carbs per day, okay, for the whole day. Some people need a little bit more carb, somewhere around 40 to 50, and some people have to keep their carbs down to like 5 to 10 grams. Everybody is different. This is not a cookie cutter form, okay? Some people can go carnivore and just eat meat. Yay, good for them. Some people need to have their vegetables. And some people, have to find that happy medium in between. Some people can eat dairy. Some people can eat eggs. Some people can't. Okay? It's finding what your body needs to fit you within keto. Okay? So, like I said, personally, I think that there is a keto formula for everyone. It's just a matter of finding that fit. It's kind of like finding that couture dress, that made for you fit. That's why listening to your body is important, because your body is going to tell you what works and what doesn't. So number 6, I don't have a gallbladder, so I can't do keto. Guess what? I don't have a gallbladder. I haven't had a gallbladder since 2011. And I do keto. I do it just fine. Okay? Your body, when you have lost your gallbladder, our bodies are such amazing things. Your liver will actually step up to the plate and take over for what your gallbladder is supposed to do. But here's the kicker. It takes a little bit of time for your body to readjust. Your liver is already doing this job, and now it has to take on a second job. So it takes it a while to get used to the routine. When you don't have a gallbladder and you start doing low carb keto and you start raising your fat levels, your body is going to take some time to adjust. Now, some people adjust faster than others. For me, it probably took a good 8 or 9 months before my body finally went, oh, okay, I get the hang of this now. I'm good. And now I'm fine. If you do not have a gallbladder and you are starting keto, and you start to notice you're having some tummy troubles and some bathroom issues, here's my little tip. Go online and find some digestive enzymes. You can find digestive enzymes, or you can find ox bile. They will help your body to adjust to the higher levels of fat. Okay, and you can take those, and then you take them when you eat. Basically, when you start your meal, you take a digestive enzyme, and what it does is it does basically synthetically what your gallbladder would have done, and it helps your liver adjust to the higher fat, and then you can taper yourself off of them, and they can help you and your body get used to the higher levels of fat in your diet if you don't have a gallbladder. So not having a gallbladder is not an excuse. There are ways to get through it. Number 7, make sure to keep your electrolytes up. When you start doing intermittent fasting, when you start to notice that you're going longer periods of time between meals because your body is satisfied and it's full, and you're not hungry, you're not getting those hunger signals. If you're not getting those hunger signals, then don't eat. But your body needs salt, it needs potassium, it needs magnesium to help with your digestive, to help with your muscular, to help you stay hydrated. So find yourself some electrolyte drops. There is one by a brand called Keto, not sponsored, but if you are interested in those, I will leave a link down below for them. You can get them on Amazon. Keto has some of the best ones. They have a fasting drop and they have an electrolyte drop. I think it's the fasting drops that have salt in them, which is the ones that I usually use. And you don't have to be fasting to use them because our bodies need salt. For so many years, we've been told salt is bad, salt is bad. No, salt is good, salt is good, especially if you are hypertensive. I'm hypertensive. I've been hypertensive since 1997. Yeah, 97, 98, somewhere in that time period. I was diagnosed with hypertension, and I've been on high blood pressure medicine ever since. Now, I'm hoping that in the future, I will be able to get off of them. I have been able to lower the dosage, but my body is still, there are a handful of us out there who, even losing weight and doing low carb keto and stuff like that, your body still has that high level of hypertension. Anyway, I digress. But we need salt. Our bodies need salt. If we don't get the salt we need, our body will actually absorb it out of our bones. And when it takes that sodium out of our bones, it takes calcium with it. So in order, especially ladies, especially if you have a family history and you're prone to osteoporosis, get your salt levels up. Don't let your body leach that calcium out of your bones to get the sodium it needs. Add sodium, add salt. I personally use Redmond's Real Salt. And again, I'll leave a link down below for Redmond's. Not sponsored, although, hey, I'm here, hello. But, you know, salt your food. Don't be afraid to salt your food. Don't be afraid. I put salt in my coffee. Yes, I do. I put salt in my coffee, and I put butter in my coffee. Actually helps get some of the bitterness out of it, believe it or not. Makes it taste a little better. So don't be afraid to add salt to keep your body electrolytes up. Number 8. You don't have to eat fruits and vegetables to do keto. I have so many people that I've spoken to, and they want to start this, and they're like, oh, I have to go to the store and buy a bunch of fruits and vegetables so I can start eating healthier. You don't have to, I promise. Oh, but I need the fiber. No, you don't. Really, you don't. I promise, you don't. You don't need the fiber. If you're eating enough fat, you don't need fiber. Trust me. We need fiber when we're eating carbs because our body doesn't know what to do with the carbs. Do I hold it? Do I get rid of it? What do I do? And it's in this turmoil fight, and it binds up, and then we can't go to the bathroom. If you eat enough fat, you shouldn't have a fiber issue. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have fruits and vegetables. If you want a salad, eat a salad. If you want some strawberries, eat some strawberries. If you want blueberries, they're in season. Okay, eat a blueberry. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody tell you can't do it. But you don't have to. The one thing I do recommend though, if you do choose to have some vegetables in your keto way of eating, just be cautious that there are a lot of fruits and vegetables that are higher in carbs and sugar. So in moderation, in small amounts. Now, if you are somebody who can't stop with a half cup of blueberries, you want the whole pint of blueberries, then maybe eating blueberries might be a trigger for you. Okay, and you need to proceed with caution. But it just, you can eat them. You just don't have to eat them, okay? There are a lot of people who have a hormone imbalance, and eating greens such as spinach, leafy green vegetables that are dark green, eating some of the cruciferous vegetables are a good thing. They help to regulate those hormones, and they help to stabilize them. And then there's some people who eating those kind of fruits and vegetables may upset their stomachs. So that's another time to listen to your body. Number 9. I have a warning. You're gonna lose some hair. It's gonna happen. I promise. Not much we can do about it. But I don't want you to panic. Calm down. It's okay. It'll come back. I promise. when a lot of people start doing low carb keto, probably about a month or two into it, everything's going great. Then they start noticing that they're starting to lose their hair. Okay, here's the scoop on hair loss. It's a very high likely chance that it's going to happen. And this is why it's going to happen. Okay? You have just thrown your body into a new way of eating. You've thrown your body, you've changed the fuel source. And your body has to go from into a conversion mode. It has to convert from burning sugar to burning fat. So while it's doing its conversion and you're becoming fat adapted and your body is adjusting, your body's gonna freak out. It just is. It's gonna freak out. So please, don't you freak out. What's happening in your body is basically, now we all know, since if you've taken biology in high school, junior high and high school, we know that the hair follicles grow in cycles. Not all of them grow at the same time. There's a group that grow at this rate, and there's a group that grow this, and then there's a group that grow this. So everybody has their turn. They all take turns. So everybody's either in a growth cycle, an a resting cycle, or a fallout cycle. Okay? And all the little cells and all the little, if you want to think of it as the little workers in your body managing all the systems, okay? And your digestive system goes into alert because you just switched fuel. You went from burning unleaded gasoline to burning diesel. So it's a little freaked out. And it calls to arms all the other systems in your body. And the systems that are least important are the ones who are called up to duty first. And they are asked to go from here to down in your stomach and help your body change to a fat burning system, from a sugar burning system to a fat burning system. So what that means is basically part of the army that's hanging on to the hair follicles has left its post. So they are going to let go of the reins, and the hair's probably going to fall out. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to go bald. You're not. I promise. You're not going to go bald. Because as soon as your body has adjusted to being fat adapted, your systems are going to go back to where their stations, basically, to their workstations. And they're going to proceed as normal. Everything is going to go back to business as usual. And it's going to start growing your hair back. So as you start to do low carb keto, if you start to notice that you have a little more hair falling out than usual, don't panic. Give it some time, because your hair will grow back. Okay? It is not permanent. It will come back, and you'll be back to your normal business as usual. Okay? And number 10. I kind of already touched on this one, but I'm going to just kind of reiterate a little bit. Yeah, I have to fast. I'm doing keto, and everybody who does keto fasts. And I have to go on these long 24, 48, 37, 72, 7-day fasts. No, you don't. No, you don't. Honestly, you don't. If you did low carb keto and you never fasted, you'd be fine. Now, is fasting beneficial? Yeah, absolutely. Even if you're not doing low carb keto, fasting is beneficial for your body. It gives your digestive system a rest and lets your cells regenerate and refreshes everything and gets it back to going. Are you going to do better fasting when you're doing low carb keto? Absolutely. And this is why. Because when you are fat adapted, you're going to start to notice as you get into doing keto that you can go for longer periods of time between meals before you start getting hungry. You're going to have days where you're going to be busy at work or doing activities, and you're going to realize it's 3 o'clock. I haven't eaten dinner. Oh my gosh, I haven't eaten lunch. I'm not even hungry. And you're going to proceed with your day. Okay, so is fasting necessary when you do keto? No, it's not. You can do it. You can choose not to do it. Is it beneficial when you do low carb keto? Yes, it is. Is it something that I would recommend for somebody who's just starting keto? No. I would probably say for anybody that's starting low carb keto way of eating, to give yourself at least 6 to 8 months, if not a year, before you start doing fasting. And the reason is you need time for your body to become fat adapted, and where it is running on fat and it's not running on sugars. Instead of running on sugar, you need that sustainability. That is going to be beneficial to you. There are several books that are out that I would recommend if you are interested in doing fasting. One, Jason Fung, Dr. Jason Fung, he has a couple of books that are very good reads, and he is one of the leading experts in doing intermittent fasting. And again, I will leave a link down in the comment section, in the description box below, to a couple of his books. He has one that he co-authored with Jimmy Moore, and very good books. Lots of good tips and tricks. But again, is it necessary to do fasting when you do a low carb keto lifestyle? No. But if that's something that you want to add to your regular program, then absolutely, it is a tool that will help you along your health journey. Yes, it will. So that is my top 10 of things that I have learned in the year, almost two years that about a year and a half that I've been doing low carb keto. I hope that they are helpful. I hope I haven't rambled on too long, because Lord knows I will ramble. I will get on a sidetrack and I will just take it. Just take that detour. I am from the South, so that does happen with us. We do tend to ramble on about things. So as I am editing this video, I realized that the end got cut off because my camera died. Sorry about that. So I wanted to add this little ending to make sure that you guys know how much I appreciate you. To all my subscribers, thank you to the moon and back. You guys mean so much to me right now. It is such an honor that you guys have subscribed to my channel. If you are new here, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that it notifies you when I do upload a new video. And I want to make sure to wish everybody a very happy holidays, very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and a happy New Year. I hope that 2020 is very successful for you and that we can continue on this journey together to not only lose some weight, but get healthy at the same time. So I hope to continue this, being able to share lots of tips and tricks and great recipes with you in the new year and many more years to come. Thank you again. Love you guys, and we'll see you next year. Bye.